Welcome back, everybody. We want to welcome you to Tracy Williams Inspiring Hope, where we always encourage you to have only positive expectations through true self-care. So if you guys ever wonder what is the HOPE for, that's what it is. Have only positive expectations. And I am your host, Dr. Tracy. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna go. We got a really special guest today, Mr. James Love or James Elite. He is one of the elite when it comes to brand marketing. So if you are an entrepreneur, you want to click in. If you want to be entrepreneur or a solopreneur, whichever it is, then you need to tap in. Make sure you share this with somebody so they can know what to do and have an expert that they can follow for more, okay, to be an expert in this field. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming on the show, James.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Tracy, for having me on the show. I'm really excited about this. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So he is the CEO and owner of Brands Expert Marketing. And of course, you can find him on brandsexpertmarketing.com. Check out his YouTube channel. Same thing, Brands Expert Marketing. I think y'all kind of getting the clue, right? You're getting the hint. And also find him on Instagram. And I'm going to let him give you a little shout out this morning and let you guys hear a little bit more from him.
For sure. So, yes, James Elite Love, CEO of Brands Expert Marketing. We're a full service digital marketing agency focused on helping tech-focused brands really turn their marketing into brand income. So those are things that we focus on. So if you're an entrepreneur, and if you use tech, where who you need to connect with to accomplish your goals with your marketing, of course, to increase your income.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you being on here today. When it comes to inspiring hope, one thing we definitely need is help when it comes to our finances, because we see it all over in every industry, in every area. I mean, no matter what your age is or where your background, every prices are going up in every way possible and everything you can think about, So one thing we want to be able to focus on, with tech, especially for me, is, just making sure that people have the tools and the tips that they need so that they can get started. They can feel like they can, be hopeful, especially, with so much talk of everything when it comes to AI and so many people being, going to be losing their jobs and things like that. So tell us a little bit about what does it mean for when you say you're full service for marketing?
Mm-hmm. Right. So we actually, look at everything that you're doing, put you in a position to succeed with your marketing. And then we also, give you a monthly checklist so you know what you need to do. And we can put that in position to, do it for you or, show you exactly how you need to do it. So for example, short form video like Instagram Reels and, YouTube Shorts are, one of the best ways people are consuming media. But a lot of people don't know how to do it or don't want to do it, and, brands and things like that. But there's a lot of ways around that. You can hire experts in different industries that can do the videos for you. But a lot of people don't know how to do that, how to, reach out or even how to structure an offer to get that done. So we kind of walk brands through exactly how that's done, structure the offer properly, get the scripts written so they can get that kind of stuff done and be successful with their marketing.
Okay, I love it. That sounds awesome right there. What you guys are doing. I'm definitely a believer in not trying to do every single thing yourself because you know
Nope.
what, it may work when you're younger that you think you can multitask, but actually, it's not really really a thing, because once even if you're doing three things at one time, you still got to stop here, then focus your attention somewhere else, which means, you're not going to give it your full attention. It's not going to get your absolute best. So I love the fact that you can, just go out and hire somebody else and it doesn't cost too much. Now, I
Right.
understand, with your YouTube channel, you got a lot of tools and tricks on there that people can understand. And of course, that's free information, but
Right.
what other, classes or programs do you have? Like, do you have a private group or for people
Yeah.
to take part in? Tell us a little bit about that.
For sure. So we have a private group that's part of the agency, which is called Brands Experts Mentorship. So with this mentorship group, we have a checklist that we go through every month that we see from the brand. So we're going to audit the marketing. We're going to see the things that you need. Do you need to get, on our podcast so you can have that content that you need to distribute. Are you posting every day? Are you prepared? Do you have the, content inside your brand that you need to post? So in that group, that's what we do. We meet usually on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. The links go out and, we just meet up, you know. And also when we do meet up, they get to learn from an expert, rather myself or rather another brand expert, like for example, yourself, that, is utilizing excellent marketing channels like a Fiverr, that actually has a podcast that is distributed out. So they get to learn from experts like, like a doctor like yourself or different experts in different industries, but we're focused on the marketing itself. So that's what they get inside that group. We focus on, helping the brands, answering questions, doing those things. So that's one of, our flagship piece that we focus on is bringing different brands inside that group. Brands Experts Mentorship.
Awesome. That's exciting to know about, because that gives others accountability. It
Right.
also helps you be able to network with somebody else that's in the same field, maybe not the same tech brand, but so you can bounce ideas off of one another. So now, is that a subscription based group also, or is that something that is free as well?
Absolutely. So that's a subscription based program. So it's monthly. It's a monthly program. We're going to set up tiers, but right now it's just set up as a monthly base program. And I know this is going to be around forever, so I don't want to put an exact price out there because in a year from now, this is going to be timeless. This interview is going to be timeless, and so it may change a lot in a year from now. But I will say this: if you have a big goal that you want to accomplish, you should look at it like anything you invest into your brand. Like if you want to, for example, make $100,000 in a year, well, look at the type of investments, look at the type of environments you put yourself in to make that possible. So if you're only investing, let's say, $1,000 that year, well, that's only 1% of that. So your odds of getting there, you put out a weak investment. So the odds of you getting there is weak as well. So look at your goal and align your goal with your investment. And that increases your probability of, achieving that goal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. That's really good. I like that word investment, because you're not only investing in your business, but you're really mainly investing in yourself and not just
Right.
you, because it's not all just always about you, because whatever you build as a person, you got family more than likely. So then that's the way for us to be able to help and build, wealth for the generations to come, which is really
Absolutely.
important, I think. So
Absolutely.
now this is what I meant to start with this, but anyway, I'm bursting
Mhm.
with this question. Now, what does it mean to be branded for
Right.
your business?
hmm
And the
So
reason
brand.
I ask that is because
Mhm.
many times we don't really know what that means. We just think if we get a logo, we got a name, and everything is the same. But it's a little more than just that.
Absolutely. So, well, and there's a lot of different ways to look at that, right? When we talk about branded, but what we feel is, can we distinguish you and can we find you? Can anybody distinguish you and find you? So you got to focus on those two things and try to have it be consistent through all platforms, your website. So with the uniqueness of it, that's what we focus on. We want brands to be like that. So for example, if you have an Instagram page, a YouTube page, a website, if you can have everything be the same, if you look at the biggest brands in the world, let's use Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola on Instagram, Coca-Cola.com. Coca-Cola, everything is Coca-Cola. NFL, no matter the brand, they're consistent around all platforms, and you can, search them, find them, using um, you know, that kind of particularness with, locating them and finding them.
Right. And so also consistent with their coloring and all of that as well, right? Okay.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and
Correct.
then one other thing you mentioned before is, when it comes to like branding, you and being consistent is
Mhm.
like in the subscription based program that you have,
Yes.
just making sure, like, can people find you? So does that have a lot to do with the frequency of you putting something out there, or the places? Do you teach people how to target certain places that need their specific business?
Absolutely, yes. So targeting is a big thing that we focus on. So because really, if you think about it, if you're not targeting, you're kind of just putting yourself out there. You're kind of lost. So those are one of the main things we focus on, especially when we bring someone in. We want to make sure that there's a questionnaire that we go through because we want to put brands in the best position to succeed. So make sure they're targeting the right audience. Like, for example, if you're, a dental company and you have a dental product that starts at, let's say $5,000. Well, you need to make sure that your target audience is people that can afford your product and that live in an area where this makes sense. So the area you're targeting, the demographics, so all this stuff makes sense when we talk about target.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
No, so that's a good marketing piece of it. Now, do you also, do anything in any of your programs about selling, not just the marketing and the advertising, but selling and how to get that end of it done?
Absolutely. So we feel like marketing, if you get your marketing down right, that really takes care of most of the heavy lifting when it comes to selling. But, selling is, a big piece of your business because no sales, no income, no business. So when we talk about the marketing, of course, when we think about every piece of it, we want to think about the big picture. If your product is, let's go $5,000 again, well, you have to think that's a higher price point. So if you're running ads, let's say in the next 90 days, you want to split that, that same amount that you want to make, put that into the ads to say if you only get two sales, now that's a good position. But you have to put more into those ads because the frequency of those $5,000 sales are going to be lower than, let's say, a $5, $20, $100 piece. And but people want to get more information, so you might want to include a YouTube video with that. You might want to include guest appearances on podcasts talking about what you're doing and crafting your offer with that. Like, I spoke to Dr. Tracy about it. I spoke to her network about it. I spoke to brands experts marketing about this. So really making that initial investment
Mm-hmm.
and presenting it right, packaging it right, make sure your offer is correct so you can sell it properly. So absolutely we focus on sales as well.
Okay, awesome. That seems like a whole package we got going there with your company. So tell us a little bit about what other things you have coming up, that you're offering besides the subscription based um, program that you have. Anything in particular,
Sure.
any classes, any books you're gonna be writing or ebooks or something?
For sure, we're gonna get to that. That's something we definitely look to doing in 2024, as far as getting the books done and ebook and all that kind of stuff. But we're really doubling down on the group. You really want a community of experts to kind of have a place to go to and to not focus on what's happening just on a one-on-one basis. So we're really focusing on over delivering in the group. We want to have a few events that happen out here in Los Angeles area, so those are some of the main things that we're doing. We really want to focus on doing as much as we can with this group because what we found out from being in marketing ourselves is, you try so many different things and you never really know what works. But if you can talk to a successful restaurant business that has, 100,000 followers and has 1,000 customers a week, well, okay, if it's three restaurants like that and you can ask different questions and they can come on and talk to the whole group and let them know what's working for them. And now you're getting your mark, now when we craft your stuff, those questions that you ask that expert, those, we could put those same practices into your marketing strategy. So we just want to build as large as a group as possible of, you know, people that want to be experts and experts that can already, tell you what to do. Because what we found out, because I'm personally 35 years old and you don't get any more time. So the more time you can get around somebody that's successful, the less time you have to put into, throwing something at the wall and see what sticks. You can go into a room and see pictures hanging on the wall and just, do exactly what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the great thing about being able to read it, so yeah, you're exactly right on that end of it. I'd
Right.
rather let somebody tell me, a snake, if it bites you, it's gonna hurt instead of me trying to figure out, is that a snake? It won't,
Right.
what would happen? So
Right.
absolutely, I love that, learning from somebody who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, came back and can tell you, what to expect and what to do and downfalls and things like that. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. Now, how does AI play a part in helping, especially those in the tech field?
For sure. So AI is definitely a big piece because let's just use, for example, there's a program, that CRM program that's called Constant Contact, right? So
Mm.
what Constant Contact does is a customer relationship manager program that you can run on your phone through an application. You can have it through the computer, but it inputs all your client and customer details and helps craft your emails and things like that. But what you can do, what's cool about it is you're sending your newsletter out and you can tell it exactly what to do, right? If you could tell it, hey, we want to focus on the project that we just did, the project that we're doing next month, and we want to highlight these customers. So it saves you time. That's the biggest thing I want to say with AI. AI saves you a lot of time, which is very important because we all know time is valuable. So
Exactly.
right. So it saves you time, but we also want to make sure that, you know, the people involved in brands and the marketing departments, but also people that run their own brands know that don't just focus so much on AI that you lose the essence of what makes your brand unique and you just fall into what everybody else is doing because then your brand loses a lot of its value. So, like what we're doing right here, there's billions of people in the world, but an AI bot can't have the same experience. So we want to let brands know, get on podcasts, do interviews, let people know who you are, your story, your brand story, what makes your brand unique. Um, brands that you've helped, people you've helped, and slowly integrate it in pieces, evaluate it tightly, but also understand the beauty in freeing up your time, but also understand the beauty in what makes your brand unique.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for those tips there. And now, so when it comes to AI again, I was just checking out some stuff from Forbes magazine the other day, and I was looking at how they have something like creative ad dot AI, of course, where it helps you go ahead and just create your brands create your ads for you. And I thought, oh, that's really neat. Well, that's gonna help or hurt a lot of people. But like you said, I love the fact that you gotta be able to give testimonies, because a lot of times we'll go on Amazon and buy something. Well, one thing you want to see is what are the reviews, and what exactly are they saying. Instead of just looking at the 5 stars, you want to see, well, what are they saying. Did it fit just right? Does it run a little bit too big, a little bit too small, those kind of things. So I love that idea of just, not only telling, giving the testimonies, but telling your brand story. How did you get started? What makes you different? And I think that's one of the things that people get stumped at, is like, oh man, what does make me different? Because there's a lot of companies like this that or the others. So thanks for sharing that. Do you have
Absolutely.
any particular AIs that you enjoy for, besides Constant Contact, for tech focused businesses?
Constant Contact is a good one. There's another one I'm trying to think. It's coming to me where you can. Oh, yes. So through podcasting, through what is it, Buzzsprout, right? I don't know if you're familiar.
Yep, Buzz. Mm-hmm.
So Buzzsprout is a hosting platform for podcasts. But what's cool about it is when you upload your podcast, it can come up with titles, descriptions, all that good stuff, and kind of input all your data in. So all you have to do is record, input your audio, and it takes care of all the work from there. So, a lot of times what people, have spend a lot of time with is when they do a podcast, then they're spending a day kind of typing out all the details, trying to figure out a title, what makes sense, what's going to be catchy, that kind of stuff. But if using AI tools on Buzzsprout is a very big advantage in saving that time to know what works because they have an algorithm that understands kind of what works in your industry. So we think that that is extremely valuable to have a software that can take all those key data points, save you the time, and put out a title that they know is going to put you in a position to succeed.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I appreciate that's good. I bet that really helps with SEO too, which
Yeah,
helps you rank a little bit higher there as
absolutely.
well. Yeah. So absolutely, I want to thank you so much for being a part of the Inspiring Hope show.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
remember, you guys, to have only positive expectations through true self care. No matter what's going on, think positive, and positive things will happen to you. Positive things will come to you. Surround yourself with others that are positive and doing, great things. Like James was just telling us, he's got a private group that you guys can be a part of. And I
Yeah.
just want you to give us a little, uh, tell us a little something about what do you want them to know about you and your brand most before that you sign off on us today.
Sure. Just know that we want you to be an expert. We want you to surround yourself with experts. We don't want you to just say average is okay. Because if you notice in everything that you do in life, average is not okay. You want to get the best car you can afford. You want to get the best shoes you can afford. You want to eat the best food you can afford. So, being around experts in whatever the industry is, marketing, business, whatever it may be, we want you to know that this is a community for you to improve every single day, and that's what we're focused on. The results are in what's on YouTube, the results are in what's on the website. And so, we're always uploading content on YouTube every single day, so you just go there, you see it, and make sure if you get something out of it, then we want you to take the next step. We don't want to just take you and force you in a direction. Like, make sure that you're learning something, from from someone that we have on there, or me in particular, or the brand itself. And from there, take that, and don't just take it and throw it in the closet inside your head. Take it and build on it, right? And so where you can find us for all this kind of stuff is brandsexpertsmarketing.com. And if you want to start getting your mentorship already, you go to brandsexpertsmarketing.com/sample, so you can see the stuff that we do. And from there, you'll be able to, sign up if you're ready, and just automatically get help. Like, we provide this for everyone. So that wants it, you can go there, get the sample, make sure it tastes the way you want it to taste. Also, you can find us on social media, Brands Experts Marketing on YouTube, Brands Experts Marketing on Instagram, Brands Experts Marketing on Facebook, Brands Experts Marketing on TikTok. So, yeah, we all social media platforms.
Awesome. Got it. Thank you so much, James. It was a pleasure having you on today.